Hey, Becky.
Hey Frank, thanks for letting Stephen know that. I don't know what happened because I did it in the afternoon. I think I put it on. I must have put it on wrong. I got to go look at the calendar. I don't know what happened.
Or maybe somebody else got it.
Well, I because and then yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
that's okay. We're all here now. Well,
No. Um, okay. Well, Stephen will be here at 6. The assessors need the Zoom link at 6:30.
okay.
I wonder if I should text everybody.
Yeah. I text Steven, so the only word is
Jeff and Anna and
the super. You said super can't be here till 6? Steve Sullivan?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, I thought that's
I
what you said.
said
Never mind.
Stephen
Oh,
Dolmans.
Steven down. Oh, okay.
He had a issue come up late this out like at 2 in the afternoon. Of course, I don't know if Jeff Quackenbush looks at his text. I know Steve does. It had to have worked because you're here.
Well, I got an email, so yes. There's Anna.
Okay, so I did Steve, and Steve is usually pretty quick.
Yep.
Hi, Anna.
Hello.
Got that. I think I put the link for this meeting on a different meeting.
Oh, okay.
Because I had done it and then it was, thank goodness Frank said something because I thought I was at the right meeting.
Mm. Maybe
But
we'll get some guests from somewhere else.
yeah. But so Stephen had a issue come up, so he had planned not to be here till 6, but Jeff Quackenbush was going to help us out
Okay.
and update us on the stuff he and Stephen have been working on at the school.
Okay.
I'd better just call Jeff.
Yeah, he sent another email. I just got an email from him, so he should be getting it.
I texted though an email from Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah, Anna and Jeff. Uh,
I emailed about the link, but it sounded like you
yeah,
guys were already working on it, so you can ignore
right.
that.
It's funny when I opened it.
5912. Hey Jeff, so we're Anna and Frank and I have been sitting here. We had a bit of a problem for a couple minutes, but we've been waiting to have a quorum. I don't know if I think you're coming to the building committee. There is one now. I think had applied. There's been one for a few minutes, at least 5 minutes. Are you finding it? If not, I'll email. Yeah. Okay, see you in a minute. Thank you.
Good, good.
He's coming.
Hey, Steve.
You look like air traffic control, Steve.
And you're not in the kitchen.
Oh, I am.
Are you?
Hi, Jeff.
Hello all. So you guys know Steven's gonna be late?
Yes.
Okay. So he damaged something. And did he send you the corrections to the meeting minutes?
They're automatically corrected. If he, in other words, when I share them, if he corrects them.
I don't know if he did though or not. He called me asking me a bunch of questions about numbers. Is there any way
Oh,
you
okay. Let me look at it. Hold on.
The numbers were regarding the Gale,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
and what the
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
balance should be.
Yeah, those numbers.
oh, he added a lot. Yes, he did. He was a little more explicit than what I did. So,
Okay, so I haven't had a chance to look those over, those meetings.
okay.
Is anybody else? If not, then maybe we ought to wait till next time to review.
Yeah, that'd be
those.
no problem. Yeah.
Makes sense to me too.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other thing he wanted to wanted me to bring up was last week. Yeah, last week. Stephen and I went back to the elementary school and we took the drawings that Gail had sent, the enlarged building elevations. And we marked up the drawings to better define what elements of the siding really need to be replaced and what don't need to be replaced. And it's a lot less than what Gail had shown in their drawings. And then Becky, you sent those drawings off to Gail?
Yeah, they were mailed out that, I think the next morning.
Okay, so we then mailed the drawings back to Gail and also sent them out electronically back to the designers. Have you heard from them at all since that went out?
I checked when I talked to Stephen this afternoon, and the last email I think was like the 7th, so no. I
Okay.
haven't, again, I'll check right now, but I hadn't earlier today.
Because I believe I saw an email from Cole saying something to Stephen. You just want these items to be included in the drawings because we greatly reduced the amount of siding material to be replaced.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
still, the last one I have from him is December 7th. And he's just confirming receipt of what you sent to him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the same email you're referencing, just to confirm the only items you want us to include are in the blue pen, and all items which Gail noted should be removed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll call Cole sometime this week or early next week to see if I can get an idea of the schedule of when they think they would get the drawings back to us for review and the drafts, early specs, so we can look those over. But that's the status of that project at the present time. And again, we think the cost is going to be greatly reduced. And then I also asked Cole, once they have a chance to look at the drawings, see if they could reduce their fee. So I'll try to review that with him also. So,
So you'll talk through the parts that are still there after removing the construction and the post construction section. Okay,
yeah. Okay.
so that could be reduced as well.
So. And then Stephen said, Becky, that you have something that you wanted to bring up, that we need to be doing something to satisfy somebody. How's
Yeah,
that for clarity?
yep, that's what we need, something to satisfy somebody.
Yeah, we
In
don't
this case-
satisfy people. So that's,
So, the capital plan committee has been active, and they are taking requests. And so basically, although the school is really the main requester on the exterior work at the school, it's really the building committee that's doing all the work and calculations for that. So that, capital, request needs to get submitted, by next week, to capital plan. Stephen took a really good stab at it and has completed the bulk of it. And at this point, we're just waiting on confirming numbers. I think I might be able to put what he did up on screen so you guys can better follow. What's happening here. So that's the issue, that there's the request about the school exterior needs to go in. And then he's also done a great job prepping the capital request for ongoing funding for the building renovations line. That is, your tool to operate.
Mhm.
And he's listed 8 projects without figures. And so hopefully tonight we're going to talk about what funding would be appropriate to request for the FY25 for next fiscal year. Because we're in a position where we have to do it before February, or there's a new approach that they're not going to consider, capital at requests after February. So it needs to be done now.
and so if it's FY25, that's July of 24 to the end of June 25.
You got it. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so he has. Oops, that looks like the blank one. Sorry. That. We need Stevens. Steven goes back and forth between 2 emails. Okay. Copy 2. This, and then we. Sorry, he updated it after that version, so I gotta go to the other one. Okay. Share. That was weird. I tried to share Frank's face. Oh. That was,
There we go.
there we got it. Okay, so this is the list of projects he has put together for that. I don't know, it's probably best if you all read through it first.
Yeah, you should shrink it down to about 80% there. Yeah, so you can do that so we can see more pay. Yeah. That's good.
Has everybody gotten through it?
Can you go back up to town hall?
Yeah.
Thanks. Do you
So I
know,
guess-
are these projects in a, did he say, are these in order of priority?
I don't think so. The list will expand. Has expanded this point of the building because he reconfigured them by building. I think he had it by project before, and then he redid it to have all the projects labeled by building.
Hmm.
I guess the issue is I know that the capital, the capital requests usually have a basis for the dollar figure being requested. The renovations line, we have traditionally just put round numbers knowing that we have some issues open. Like $20,000. I think last year we added $20,000 and got it to the 40. That is being consumed by the engineering work
Mhm.
that we have open. So going into FY 25, imagine the balance right now without a request is 0. So the question is how to assign figures, individual cost to individual projects, or does it make more sense to put in rough figures or not?
Well, if we only have till February, we're gonna have rough figures.
Yes.
And I look at this list and I'm not convinced we're gonna get through this list in 1 year.
And it's likely, and he's talking about it will be added to. So I think at some point you're going to prioritize the list.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if this is prioritized or not. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a little surprised the Spear Library he doesn't have in there fixing the roof leak.
I think he's imagining that being completed this year. Of course, we're
Okay.
But I thought Mitch,
that.
whatever it was, said he wouldn't be able to come back till the nicer weather. So I anticipated spring.
Well, I think you mean fiscal year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring means through
Okay.
June.
Fiscal
I
year
don't-
goes to until June 30th,
Mhm.
so we ought to beat that one. Okay,
But with all the engineering work, if we have, yeah, we might be able to do it. We have the 31 and what else do we have open? Oh yeah, the project you were
Oh.
just talking about, the roof.
And the windows, they've been paid out of that 40
The
yet?
windows are being paid out of the 40 we currently have. I mean, the windows have,
yeah.
yeah, but that's why we're gonna come up short because of the windows, because we have the 9,000 that we just paid on top of the windows. So we're down to $26,000 already.
Right.
And if the 31,000 we're looking at now is not reduced, we won't have the full balance.
so Anna, do you know anything about, have you ever seen the dam keeper's shed?
Not up close, only from the road.
Okay. So Frank, what would you say the dimensions are on that thing?
20 by 10?
They're
Okay,
closer to like 6 by 8.
Is
pardon?
it?
I think it's closer to 6 by 8 or 10. 8 by 10, probably tops.
Yeah, it's no bigger than 8 by 10.
Okay.
Okay, so Anna, could you make a guesstimate of what you think it would cost to replace that roof, shingle roof?
Is it the current, is there one layer getting stripped off of it?
Yeah, we think it's one layer.
And we're gonna assume like the sheathing's fine and kind of a nothing special strip and reshingle.
Yeah, we didn't see any damage on the inside.
If I'm worried that a square price per square will be low because it's a small job, like the cost to just get somebody out there might
Well,
be,
the other
yeah.
issue is gonna be, this thing is about 2 feet from the edge of the water.
Okay.
So if you drop your tool
It's
is
gone.
gone for good.
Wow. And it's just a 1-story
Yeah,
shed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it's 8 by 10, even if you like account for like an overhang, it's barely 1 square of roofing, which would be hundreds of dollars. But I don't think anybody's going to do that. I don't know if anybody professionally will come out and set up and do a small roof, doesn't
Mhm.
scale down as the job gets smaller.
you think $5,000 would be a good budget number?
Yeah, I would hope that it would be a lot less, but yeah, if it's better to kind of shoot high, and have it come in under, yeah, that seems like a fair number to roll with for this.
Okay,
Yeah. That's a tough little project.
yeah. Okay, so 5,000 for that. So let's say he doesn't say what to do with the brick chimney at the Spear Library.
Probably just to just to repoint it and replace a couple bricks. So the repointing, because it said deteriorating mortar joints, so they repoint the whole thing, and it's not that big. So
Are we
maybe
talking
that would,
just the part that's exposed to the weather, or are we talking about the whole deal? Do you know?
I think it just to the weather. I don't know. I haven't been in the
Okay.
attic. And
Okay.
you assume the attic is in good shape unless there's a
Right. Okay, so let's assume $2,500 for that.
Mhm.
Anna, you buy that?
Hmm.
Okay. And then the town hall guardrail fencing. I think that's gonna cost a bunch.
Okay, so the only thing that has to happen is they have to be reset. I've been trying to get Steve to do this for years. Not Steve.
Yeah, so my thought on that is that we get a couple of the rails that match and then bury them in the ground with cement in front of it to help anchor the fence down, and then to drill rebar into the holes that were drilled 6 inches down, and then let the rebar stick up halfway into the post, and then dump bag cement down into it to help shore it up. I just haven't got to it.
Are you saying, I'm confused, building a fence on top of that stone wall or building the fence a couple feet away from the stone wall, but on the high side?
No,
The,
keeping it on the wall, but just putting drill rebar into the stone, because the last time it was just done with a little bit of mortar mix, trying to hold it into those holes.
so
And
the
then
only the
taking,
fence is there, and it's the black fence that's already there, but the end posts have come out of the holes in the cement that they were, but the holes in the cement were only like an inch deep, 2 inches deep. But all the mortar that was holding it is gone, so if you lean on it, you'll fall over that retaining wall. Is everybody clear what we're talking about?
I was out there.
Yeah.
Crawling around that, so.
So
Hey,
it
Stephen.
just needs to be, I called, originally when it happened, I called Fitzgerald who had installed it. And, they were gonna charge me $2,000 to come back and fix it. But since they put it in poorly the first time and they were gonna, I mean, I think the fence cost 2,500 when we installed it 15 years ago. So paying 2,000 to have them come stabilize it, I didn't want to do.
And this is the fence that's on the west?
It's on both the west and the east sides of Town Hall. It's right behind the garden. It
Yeah.
was there before the front gardens were in. It's just a black metal, very trim fence.
Okay. I don't
Well-
remember. I don't
Yeah, I'm
remember.
not familiar with it either.
Okay.
I remember there were some holes in the stone at the top and they were really shallow.
Right, and I think that's what happened. That's why it needs to be reconfigured at the posts themselves. And I like Steve's idea is try to get a drill deep enough through stone that we can put rebar in to hold that last thing up. So maybe just for capital planning reasons, we'll carry $2,000 to fix the fence.
Oh,
Well,
no, we're gonna need a lot more than that.
but Steve, can you fix this fence just with the highway with some mortar and rebar?
yep, we can.
To resist 240 pounds of lateral load.
Well,
See,
I
this
also want
is
to add a couple of not posts, but rails going down attached to the top of the fence and then down into the ground with cement.
These will be diagonal braces essentially.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. The other option, do you have a drill and the bits where we could just drill deeper in through the stone of the wall and put a steel rod in there that we could then put the fence over? Because those are hollow aluminum posts.
Yes, I do.
So maybe that in conjunction with a couple of stabilizers.
okay,
So maybe like
5,000.
$300 for materials,
How much?
300.
Oh, for heaven's sake, no. It's gonna be more than that. 2,500. That way he can go to lunch too.
Okay.
Yeah, these are all ballparks anyway. We're just trying to get money, capital planning to plan for it, to keep our coffers full. Because we're draining them fast the next year.
Okay, and then for town hall item 4. Maybe we can get one roofer to do all these things together.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
the dam keeper, the dam shed, and then the town hall roofs.
And I bet Hayden would give us a good price on doing these. Hayden Roofing.
And you haven't gotten to the fire department number 7 yet. Another item for a roofer.
Yeah, we were wondering there, Mr. Chairman, are these put in here in order of priority?
No,
Wrong answer. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I think they're all items, well, the 2 fire department items, since we haven't discussed those, haven't been put in as high priority, for action level. But I think that they would be. And
How about if we say $10,000 for all this roofing stuff? Which would be the dam keeper, the town hall, and the fire department.
Is the town hall roof a shingled roof, or what kind of roofing is that?
Yeah, they're shingles.
And we're only talking about the shed roofs off the 2 sides.
Right.
correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I like that idea. And that's not an issue like administratively with the town if we group together multiple buildings.
No, because at this point, this is just to request the funding.
Okay.
But when
And
it comes to hiring somebody to do this, there's no issue with them doing multiple buildings, right?
right, that
Okay.
would,
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea, especially with some of these really small projects. We might pay more,
Yeah.
more than they could cost just because they're small and isolated. A lot of
Okay.
setup and cleanup and whatnot.
what about the highway roof? Would you add that to this list or no? Because it's a much bigger and that has a $20,000 quote to it.
Is there a number when it's over 20,000 or some number where you have to get multiple quotes, or is that not the case here?
Well, you always have to have 3 at a minimum. But it's like if you go over 25,000 at this point, you have to do a formal bid.
Hey, Stephen could have answered all that because he read all that stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, based on my reading of those numbered chapters, sections, I thought over
Chapter 30.
2,000. Pardon?
Chapter 30, section 39M.
Yeah, I thought it was over 10,000 that you entered another realm. Am I correct on that, Jeff?
No, I'd have to get my cheat sheet out and remember. But there's multiple realms depending on the different numbers.
I thought it was like up to 10, then 10 to 50, and then 50 to 150.
It used to be 10 and then they gave us more breathing room. So I believe it's been changed, but I don't know what version.
So what I wrote down is 10,000 or less is sound business practice. And then 10,000 to 50,000, you need to do a public notice and seek a written response from 3 qualified firms or people. And then 50,000 to 150, then you go to section 44A, chapter 149. And you need competitively public bids in the bid bond.
So you actually have up to $50,000 before you have to do a full-blown bid. You can still,
Exactly. Well, except for up to 50,000, you still got to do the public notice part and then request written responses from 3 firms. And the public notice is, what's the public notice nowadays, you know?
it's still newspaper.
Newspaper and that's that state document, whatever, I forget what that's
Or
called.
now they've added combis and the central register.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I think the highway department, we would have to put, it's a different kind of roof. So I don't think I would put that in with the
Right.
10,000 for all the shingles. Where'd you get the $20,000 verbal estimate?
That's what I had remembered that you had gotten from somebody. Somebody met you out there one day, and I remembered 20. I wasn't sure if it was 22, but I
Was
thought
it
it was.
Randy Roberts, I think?
Yeah, but wasn't that for a different roof? Wasn't that for the, where the trucks are? Aren't you talking about here the,
It's the back section that has I think 4 or 5 total bays,
oh,
and
okay,
one of them is over the salt, and then I know there are 3 bays that trucks or other equipment go in. But that section.
all right. Yeah, I can't remember the 20, if it was
I
20
thought
or
it
what.
was 18, but 20's close.
Okay, so let's say 25. Because time has gone by, inflation.
I like that.
Because his number did not include that last little, that last little bump out in the back, that shorter piece.
You mean between the buildings?
Now, if you go to the very back of the building, isn't there a smaller building addition at the back of that 3 or 4 bay building?
Well, if you take the front section, which faces Leverett Road,
Yeah,
you're in that section, and then you want to get to the back section, which is
Yeah.
perpendicular to that. There's a 1-story section that interconnects those two.
right. But if you walk through the like 3 more bays or 4 more bays, there's not another little building.
4
attached?
bays, according to the gentleman that should know.
Okay,
Yeah, so there's 4 bays, and then they added a 5th one that has the roof is not connected to the other 2, the other 4 bays. It's newer.
yeah, and that $20,000 number I got did not include that 5th bay. And does that need a roof too?
Now, that's a newer roof. Plus, it doesn't have those plastic light panels, which are cracking and breaking apart.
Mhm.
So we only need to deal with the 4 bay.
Right.
Okay. All right, 25,000. Now,
Okay.
do you guys really think we're gonna get through all this in FY 25? Okay. All right,
So there's only the large areas of loose and damaged fence siding exist at the town hall. That doesn't have a number, and the rotted deteriorated siding at the fire department needs a number.
yeah, and I have no sense of how much town hall loose siding there is, and I've never seen the fire department, so I can't answer any of that. What do you think, Stephen?
Well, the town hall, I think until you start to really try to figure out what's going on, where moisture's coming from behind some of it, and that's really hard to say. And the fire department, basically, it's along the front. I want to say it's the bottom, foot and a half that would probably need to be cut off and redone across the front. And part of the reason for that is probably because there's no gutter on that roof. You know, and the siding comes down practically to the level of the asphalt. So water splashing back and causing that rot. But, you know, deciding on the detailing, how you want to detail that, is probably the key. But I imagine, you know, deciding on a height, cutting all the way across and replacing it. I mean, there's the office area, and then I think there's there's one bay, one garage door that faces Leverett Road. I mean, my guess would be several $1,000s, but
How much?
several thousand.
Define several better.
All right, and then there's some siding in the back, couple of panels.
What is the siding there? Is it 2-1-11 or what?
No, it's rough sawn board and batten.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think on the front that you'd want to replace it with that. I think you'd want to put something, maybe a backer of pressure treated material, and then something on the face of that with a drip edge above it. And maybe again, something like solid dimensional plastic so that it's not affected by water the same way that what's there has been. But then on the back,
And where's the back? Is the back like the back of the truck bay?
well, if you went around to the left side, face the building from Leverett Road,
Yeah,
and go
Yeah.
around the left.
by the
When
generator.
you get to the where the generator is.
Okay,
So there's a roof slope it's a south facing roof slope that comes over and hits what would be the east side of the truck bays. And where that asphalt shingle roof hits, there's no kickout flashing. And for years, the water's just been running behind the siding and rotted several sections of it. I don't know. I guess I'd say
what kind of siding is it?
the same, the rough sawn board and batten
Okay,
with a brown stain. 3,500.
no, 5,000. These are little bitty projects. Mobilization is going to cost a bunch.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Unless we can find, it'd be nice if we could find, somebody in Shutesbury who has a business who could do this kind of stuff.
Was
where
the
the
sole
mobilization-
proprietor skilled carpenter that has all the required insurances? I don't know if that person exists anymore.
Yeah, good point. I forgot about that friggin' insurance stuff. Yeah, good point.
I wonder if
That's the
Dale
person
Pool
you
is still
need.
insured.
What?
I wonder if Dale Pool is still insured. And
All the work he's done for town hall in the past has been donated.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this list is too big for a donation. So Becky, with that being said, so as an example, Mo, Larry, and Curly here, the three of us, we couldn't go out and do the shingle roof
Yes, you
ourselves.
could. I have a volunteer waiver form saying that when you
When we
fly
fall-
the roof into the lake that anyway, so there's a volunteer waiver form that you guys can sign and then if we try to make sure that the volunteers that we recruit are competent and know what they're doing, like you guys.
Mm,
well, and we can also talk, we so far have 2 volunteers who have done a few things and have signed waivers forms, which we have on file.
And they're
Yep.
both contractors, I think, or
I don't know if Glenn was a contractor, but he's built houses. I mean, he's working on a project house. I mean, it was like a 1700 year, I mean, a house from the 1700s that was sitting on nothing. He had it raised, had the, coordinated getting the foundation put in and bringing it back down. And I mean, he did a lot of the legwork, a lot of the physical work, and all the coordination, and didn't sleep a lot for weeks worrying about it. But
so is he a licensed insured contractor?
no. You have to be, do you have to be that as a volunteer?
No?
Yeah.
I was just curious. It's if we want to hire somebody to do these projects that are a little bigger than volunteer, like all the roof projects at 10,000.
Mhm.
I think with all the materials involved and stuff, you wouldn't want to just have the volunteers trying to handle that. I don't know. What were you thinking, Jeff, when you brought it up? Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Oh, I think we could do with these volunteers, we could do these roofs. Again.
I assume
Huh?
Larry and Curly are Jeff, Frank, and Steven. Am I correct?
Oh, I thought Anna was in there too. So-
My Shemp or like
I want to
voice
be, yeah, I was
actor?
gonna say, I want to be
Okay,
shown.
Shem. Yep. No, I could see, we could do those shed roofs at the town hall. And the one at the dam, my biggest concern there is being so close to the water. Is there some kind of permitting stuff that's gonna get in the way that we don't know about?
You mean
I
an
would-
HOA?
RAO, RDA.
Well,
No.
just, when we do it, like when we do the tear off, a bunch of that stuff's gonna become loose and ends up in the water, and then is that gonna be an issue?
The official, I read through and talked to town council. There is an exemption that around the dam that we are supposed to be able to make repairs to the dam itself. Just daily maintenance and repairs without permitting. But I'm gonna run anything past the Conservation Commission that we want to do at the dam house first, just for caution.
Okay.
I mean, I have thought about if we did something like that, how to construct a simple support for a tarp that would actually kind of extend out over the lakeside edge a little bit so that as things came off the roof, they would be captured.
Mhm.
It's probably easier than picking them out of the wetland,
Well,
chasing them down the stream through the culvert.
yep,
Plus, that's in front of the opening of the dam, so we have to be very careful. Because
Hmm.
Mr. Tibbetts isn't the only one who can clean it.
okay.
And do you need a permit? Do you need a building permit to do that? Dam house, is that required?
I think it'd be like a fee only permit for a re-roof, like a non-inspection permit.
Mhm.
And we don't pay the fee.
Yeah, we would need a permit. I mean, yeah, so. Okay, so Becky, does that give you the information you need for dollars?
So I've got a list of $40,000, ironically, which is the number I was gonna stick in for the total, but this is much more specific. Thank you very much.
Okay. And then another item we wanted to bring up at today's meeting was I sent some of you guys information on the insulation that goes around the tubing for the mini splits. So we should go try to determine a quantity and where, and I guess order that stuff and we can do it.
So I should order it? Is that,
You don't know how much to order yet.
okay.
When we're getting warmer weather, when would you like to do this?
You want to do it sometime next week?
So we've got 2 mini splits at Town Hall, 2 for the little computer shed, and 2 at 2 at the fire department. How many at highway department?
One and one at the library.
What about Old Town Hall?
Nothing. Oh, yeah, there's one there now too, because we had to put it in for the safe.
Mhm.
So do we want to do all this, or we just want to replace the ones we know have already rotted? Like the ones that the for the internet building, you know, they're only a few years old.
Right.
Well, my thought is that we would check them all and decide where we
Okay.
needed it, and then, you know, take our measurements. But this way we would check each one.
Okay, we can check them, because this, what I saw online, this stuff's not cheap. So
And town hall and the library actually were done after the hut, after the telecommunications hut.
Right. And the library unit has a little shed roof over it. So it
Okay.
reduces the sunlight.
okay, what days are you guys available next week?
Well, Wednesday is the first day that's not raining. So Monday, Tuesday is raining. So Wednesdays will be about 35 degrees and
Really?
sunny.
Oh, all right, let's tentatively send up for Wednesday, 10 a.m.
Wednes- 10 a.m. Yep.
I think that works for me.
Start at the town hall.
Yep.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Awesome.
So you will have ordered and will be installing it on that date?
No, we're just trying to figure out how much we need to buy.
Okay, so you're gonna be measuring on that date.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do we need a ladder for any of this?
Shouldn't.
Okay,
I can bring my telescoping ladder though, just to have a
You'll
ladder.
have- and you'll have 2 people to hold it.
Mhm. So 10 a.m. on the 20th at
Yeah.
Town Hall.
So Jeff, I'll probably call you to try to figure out the final estimate for the potential estimate for the exterior of the school. I guess we're waiting on Cole to give us that figure.
are we talking for the design phase, or are we talking for construction?
Construction,
We already, that's in the meeting minutes that,
241 is where you think it's gonna come in at.
what did we go over, Stephen? Those aren't the numbers we had, was it? No, that wasn't it.
Okay, Gail's estimate was 240.
I gotta get this, here we go
Oh, yeah.
again.
Can you bring up the minutes? Because I made a change and Gail's total was
Yeah.
306.
Yeah, by the way, we didn't approve the minutes because not everybody has read them.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll just remind you guys, I've got the other,
Meeting starts any minute.
yeah, that I'm supposed to bump you guys off for. So could I just, how about I'll just go to Steve when I'll talk to you guys later because it's already 6:30.
Okay,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's
That's
okay.
okay. I make a motion. Do we end the meeting?
Yep. I second.
All in favor, Cook, McGinn,
Aye.
Quackenbush,
Aye.
Sullivan,
Aye.
Dalmas, aye.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good
See
night.
you in
Night.
2 weeks.
Greatly appreciated.
Thank you.